Hey guys, it's me again, quallity, and I'm recording. This is it, people. This is the new thing. Like, for those of you who've been wanting to voice act characters, this is a perfect time. This is basically the whole list of. Let me scroll down here. All the characters you can voice act. I'm just going to be reading through their personalities and abilities. And if you want to know more, talk to me on Skype about it, and I will tell you more about it. This one is Surge, who is played by Tails. Oh, and by the way, all the characters' sprite names and real names are going to be in the description box. Surge mostly has dark light shadow and dark light powers. He also wields a sword. So, yeah, there'll be a lot of sword battles, power battles, energy ball battles, that kind of stuff. All the characters have super speed, which, like, say someone throws like a fireball, someone uses their like speed to dodge it, that kind of concept. He's always there for his friends. He doesn't take crap from no one. He's mostly the man of action, the guy who loves fighting. But yeah, again, if any of these characters suit your interest, please feel free to try to audition for them. Make a video giving your best voice response to try to fit the character, and I will judge to see which character you are perfect for, or if you're perfect for the character you're trying to voice act. I will tell you what certain pitches I want for the character. Maple, who's played by Amy. She's very strong, assistant of the group, never lets anyone push her around. She's a real balanced fighter. She can use her hammer like, as a standard weapon, like a sword or something. And she has ice abilities. She has the power to paralyze people. She has a special technique where she can paralyze people's bodies and keep their she can keep their she can keep the foe from moving. Like, she traps their whole body and keeps them from moving. So it's kind of like a paralyzing move. It's really helpful. She's also really fast. She's trained in combat. She has the ability to freeze time and go through time itself. She's also kind-hearted. She has some fight scenes, but she's also a very serious character. So yeah, Lightning, who is played by Pikachu, and feel free to read by some of these. Plays Surge's sidekick and best friend next to Nitro and Maple. He has the ability to control all forms of lightning, or all elements of lightning, thunder, any of that. Any electricity. He can use plasma balls, energy balls. He also is really fast, and he can also turn into a tornado. He's brave, he's fast, he may be a little cocky sometimes. So if you kind of have a cocky attitude, try to fit that in with his character. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for him. Let's scroll down here to Nitro, who is Sonic, Surge's friend from the moment they were kids. He masters in speed and all different forms of combat, which is really good. He doesn't know about Surge's powers at first. Lightning is the only one that has his powers from day one. See, Maple comes from a different realm or a different world, and while she's in a battle with darkness, you'll see why they're battling and how all the events occurred. She gets sent to a time loop even though he thinks she's dead. She somehow time travels using her powers, but she does lose her powers or gets them weakened or something. And then Surge is the new hero of Destiny and all that stuff. It'll explain it because I'm still working on the script for the first chapter. But yeah, Nitro is a really good character. He's the Sonic sprite. He always loves a challenge and stuff. If that's your character, feel free to audition for him. We've got Spite, who's played by Silver. He can be a real smart aleck at points, but still shows signs of friendship people he cares about. He secretly likes Flair, which is a character that I'm getting to in a little bit. He can time travel. He masters an astral projection. And he has telekinesis. He can also project people as well as different things around him. So basically, he can also levitate as well, which will be very helpful and in certain situations. But yeah, I'm not going to explain everything. Once I get the first chapter, I'll explain the whole story. This is just the characters. Sabrina, a nice, caring character. She's basically the group's healer. Like if someone's healing or about to die or something, she can heal them. She projects all forms of magic. She has mostly magic ability. She's fast, but not as fast as the other characters. She's not as experienced either, but yet she's still helpful. I'm not going to make her just a useless damsel in distress that's just going to get in the way of them fighting or something. No. She's played by Zelda. Now, I didn't want to put Cream or someone in the movie. I mean, not movie, but the series, because I don't like that character. So, I went with Zelda instead. She also uses a magical bow and arrow, which is really helpful. She's nice, caring-hearted, kind-hearted, all that. If that fits your character, ladies, then please try out for her. Flair, who's played by Blaze the Cat. She can control fire. She's very strong-headed, mostly serious. She puts her friends before herself. She also gains the power to become fire itself. What that means is she can become different elements of fire, like a firebird or something, and like she can take physical forms of it while remaining in her fire form. She'll also still remain combat abilities too. I'll show you guys what I mean when I write the first chapter, or if my friends work on the animations, which we will show you. Now, as for y'all's scripts, I will think of what lines for you all to say when I'm done with the first chapter, because then that's going to give me the time to write down the scripts and stuff. She masters in martial arts. She also has a sword, so if you want to do Flair, and if you don't like the aspect of her using a sword, please tell me. I will change that. Crusher is played by Knuckles. He's basically the muscle house of the group. You know, the powerhouse, the strong dude. He has a few fire attacks. He mostly masters in mid-air combat. His personality, major badass. You know, strong, caring guy. And no, he's not stupid like people claim Knuckles to be. Gothica, who's played by Rouge the Bat. How she's portrayed is she's their friend at first, but then she becomes their enemy later on in the series. Like, once you read through the story and it shows her, she had something that she once loved, and it was taken away from her. So, my bad. So, she thinks being with Surge and them is going to help her find all the answers she needs, and is going to get everything she once had back. But since it doesn't work, or since she doesn't find anything, she decides to go against them and team up with the enemy side. So Gothica goes on both sides. She's very, very skilled in combat. She has dark, mysterious, demonic-like powers. She becomes Maple and Lightning's archenemy. And she can be kind of a bitch at points, too. Darkness is played by Mephiles, because I didn't want to put Eggman in there. Because, personally, I hate Eggman. He sucks as a villain, and he's just retarded. No offense to Eggman fans, I just do not like him at all. And I know Mephiles is really lazy, but his character was the only one I could think of for this part. He's a powerful villain. He basically has demonic-like powers. He controls fire. Never shows any signs of sympathy, which is exactly what a villain should do. Um, he has shadow. He can control shadows itself. He can strangle a person with his powerful telekinetic powers. A virtual killer. You know, that basic kind of stuff. So, if you want to play the villain, then that's a good part to have. Mecha Sonic. Yes, we'll have Metal Sonic and Mecha Sonic. They'll play his two most loyal subjects. Their job is... Mecha Sonic is to collect data from his opponent's movesets. So, like say Maple uses like her ice ability, he can copy that from her moveset and like do some unique other different unique tactics with it, so it doesn't exactly have to be the same move she used. He can just copy it from her moveset and build a whole nother moveset with it. Like, that's cool. He's a killing machine. He has machine guns, powerful attacks. I'm not sure if you want to voice act him, then go ahead. But you're going to need a really, really deep voice for that part. Not necessarily a robot voice, because I'm not really sure if that would work for both of them. Dark Rider Rider is Shadow. He's mostly the neutral character. There will be some points where he's on both sides. Like, I can't really explain his character right now. You can go ahead and take a look at it. And Shadow is going to be a really, really good character in the story. And you'll see why he's called Rider in the story. I might mention his real name as it progresses. He has similar abilities to both Surge and Darkness, which he'll have dark light powers, you know, stuff like that. He'll pretty much have most all of it. And sometimes you'll see the villains, like Darkness, Cybertron, and Cybermillion, which are played by Metal Sonic and Mecha Sonic, out looking for sources of power. And Ryder will try to get one with them to help them himself. Okay, Metal Sonic, Cyborg 2. Cybermillion, not nearly as strong as Cybertron, but just as useful in terms of collecting data. He can only copy the enemy's moves, but he moves more faster than Cybertron and is also highly trained. So he'll be a pretty formidable foe too. He'll also have that form like he did in Sonic Heroes. If you really want him to have that form, I guess I can entitle that to his character if you want to voice act him. But I don't know. Because my friends are going to have to help get me the sprites for that. Omega, EK001. The X-Elite. He won't appear till like the very end of the chapter. That's when I'm trying to plan his character to appear out. He gets created by Lightning for the purpose of being like a battle machine. And the way he works is, well, I haven't really thought of like how he's going to work or function, but I have thought of what his character is and stuff like that, and I have thought that Lightning is the one that creates him when they go into a big battle at the end of the first chapter. He is, both of his combat abilities are both stronger than Mecha Sonic and Metal Sonic. He has rocket launchers, grenade launchers, missiles, and machine guns, all that. And as for the Chow, well, it might be some extra space for people who might want to try out. So, yeah. That's pretty much all that's it. These are, if you want to, this is pretty much it for the voice auditioning. So, if you want to voice any of these characters, read through it again, go back to the video if you didn't read all of it, or anything. If you have any questions, talk to me on Skype, or send me a message on YouTube, whatever. And I will be busy writing the first chapter, and maybe y'all's scripts for the for the series once I get that done. So go pick which character you want to voice act. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all that needs to be said here. So